Hi, everybody. I hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to Esports Rewind Podcast. How are you doing today, Zan?
Hey, I'm pretty good. I like the little ramp up you did there.
I know. I got
working
sick.
yourself into it.
I got sick of, how every video I do the same exact intro, same thing with the podcast. So
You go,
thought,
what's up, guys? Hope you are doing well.
Yeah, exactly. I know it gets really freaking annoying, so I thought a little curveball.
Yeah,
but we hope you guys are all doing well. There's my typical intro.
Yeah, I have to get it in there,
Yeah.
right? Can't.
It's just like instant response.
Yeah, it's like a verbal tick.
Welcome back to episode number 8 of the Esports Rewind podcast. If you guys are somehow new to the show, well, welcome. And if you guys are coming back to the show, also welcome. We recap esports news, the best stories, sometimes not so much the best stories as of this episode. But yeah, we hope you enjoy. You want to get into it, Zan, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's crack on into it. And yeah, I'm up first. Okay, Zan. You know that I don't want to call myself soft or emotional, but I am.
Okay.
And so this opening story is one I wanted to apologize for you because it has to be mentioned.
Okay.
You know the one I'm already.
Yeah.
That being, and I feel like I'm almost coming off the intro, almost in too much of an excited mood to talk about it. And I'm sure you guys have heard about this as well if you follow the channel. That being the unfortunate occurrence with Etika this past week, the whole story around that, the coverage of that. Obviously, very, very sad for a story, very morbid for a story, but I feel like it needs to be talked about because we are a gaming channel.
Of course.
And with that comes these kind of stories you have to handle sometimes. If you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, hopefully the rest of the podcast will be a brighter mood than this.
Yeah, I think it's good that we're starting with this and we're not ending.
Yeah, for sure. Just a bit of a lead up, obviously he had posted a video supposedly to be scheduled on YouTube released. It was pretty much a farewell video saying goodbye to family and friends.
Yeah.
So the lead up to all of that, his belongings had been found on top Manhattan Bridge, so people presumed he possibly had jumped, and that was the case. There obviously were a lot of other stories out there, whether or not potentially friends. A lot of mixed stories about people coming out and almost trying to gain from this in some way. Just a very, very weird situation to be a part of. And so I think the ultimate thing to come from this is, for me, the clear points to be made were what he did was obviously not right in most people's eyes. Obviously, a guy who came off so happy and so energetic, and then you see what is on the other side of the camera. Yeah, right. It's just so shocking. I don't know if you were a follower of his. I wasn't a drastic follower, but I remember watching several live streams of his, and he was just one of the funniest and happiest looking people. Right. And so for me, that was the biggest shock when this came to fruition. But I think the ultimate points from this is what he did was not right. He obviously has hurt a bunch of people by doing this. But with that being said, his legacy and what he did make for himself, his happy moments, his funny times, we've seen in the comment sections already. They will live on.
It's tons of positivity.
Yeah, which is so
very nice to see.
It almost gives me chills like saying that because I've covered these kind of stories before in the past with other esports and other gamers who have had things of this notion or nearly this bad. Obviously, this is a very, very
this is an extreme
as bad as it gets, right?
Yeah.
And it's so shocking to me to see so many positive comments. Like I hope you guys can understand this. You will never see this amount of positivity around a suicide. It's just not going to happen. So
definitely.
It goes to show you the kind of audience, kind of environment he built around himself was so positive, and I felt like it needed to be mentioned in that fashion as well.
Yeah, it's more than fair. It should also be said that everybody needs to talk to somebody, right? So if you're feeling like that,
sorry about that.
There's a banging on the walls or something.
If you guys did hear that, but definitely a great point to make. There is always a better option. I feel like there's always someone to talk to, and you never really understand people. What they experience, and if you're feeling the same way or feeling that way, there's always someone to talk to.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's next story is a little bit brighter.
We're cutting it off. We're moving past it. We're gonna be back to energetic us, you and me.
Yeah,
okay?
I gotta shift gears a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fortnite. Let's go.
Oh,
complete opposite. Yeah.
One of my topics usually every week. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. So the revenue is down from last year, 38%.
Oh, 30.
Which is a lot. That's pretty close to 50.
Yeah, we say 38. We might as well round it to 50.
Yeah, right. That's like an extra $100 million or something like that.
Dang, down that far, huh?
Yeah, that much, which is kind of shocking. Numbers were released the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
They obviously we don't have month by month Epic isn't saying like, hey, yeah, we made, $50 million this month or whatever. Yeah. But some of the statistics and analytics groups have compiled some of that information. And yeah, in May of this year, the game made $203 million, which is down 38%.
That's down 38%. My
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So is this a month by month thing?
This
is an annual projection for where they're going to be at?
This is a current, like they're looking at it for this month, right?
Okay.
But the number is important because this has kind of been the trend with Fortnite. Like Twitch numbers are down from where they were this time last year. Like player count's up. Player count is way up.
Okay. Right? Whoa. Weird. Wait. Are you sure?
Yeah. Like according to Statista.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had like a nice graph laying out. Like apparently last year in June, there were roughly 125 million players. This year, we're at 250 million.
Holy. They're still killing. My God.
Yeah. They're still killing the game.
Whew.
But obviously, not everything is going well.
That doesn't make sense to me. If their player numbers are up so much, how is their revenue down? It seems like they've been selling more skins than ever.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking, right? Fortnite is, up until I would say arguably beginning of last year, was still very much something that was part of the video game community, right? Like people who played video games and knew about video games to a certain extent played Fortnite, some of them anyway, those that wanted to. And then from there, it kind of gradually trickled out because it was a free-to-play game to other audiences and more general communities. I think Fortnite has finally hit critical mass where we're now seeing an uptick in casual players and everybody who takes gaming like a little bit more seriously. We're seeing like, a decrease there because those are the people who'd be on Twitch.
Maybe.
Those are the people spending money most of the time.
Or it's the fact they also switched to this year the free battle pass. You can actually have ways, I believe, now still to earn a free battle pass. So that obviously is a big impact too.
No, yeah, it's very possible.
Not having to dish out V-Bucks. That's really surprising though that you can have increase in player base that drastic and all of a sudden hits your critical mass, as you say.
No, yeah. if you're looking at the entire year, their revenue has been lower than last year across the board.
Which makes
since January.
a bit of sense too. Definitely not growing as fast as they once were, but still that's a tremendous amount of growth. It's really curious as well for the future of what they're going to do with the World Cup #2. If they're losing, obviously they're still making a boatload of money. So I wonder what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if there's any way that Fortnite can like viably recover. Because I don't want to say it's like really damaged at the moment, but at the same time, it really feels.
And it's like, is there any other way they can grab cash? Like they've been putting out skins. So is there anything else they can really do at this point?
I mean, there's got to be other options.
Ride the wave for as long as you can until your player base just stops growing altogether.
Yeah, maybe. Once the player base like stagnates, maybe that's when Fortnite 2 comes out.
Yeah, which would be crazy to see. We'll see what happens though. Losing money, surprised for me.
Yeah. It's not what you would think of when you think Fortnite, and you see every 5 seconds they're like, oh yeah, Epic threw like $5 million at like this other thing, like
they just the way they're throwing money, they seem to be making plenty of it. So I'm not worried about them at all.
$203 million may as well be pocket change.
Yeah, at this still. So we'll see where they go in the future.
For sure.
All right, Zan, this might be the coolest story I've ever brought to you.
That's a high bar. Yeah. I don't. Do you want to start there? Or
yeah,
do you
guys
maybe
hear
build
that?
up to it.
This might be the coolest story you ever hear. Yes, and it's actually a story I haven't even made a video about as of me speaking. And I don't know if I will until possibly next week when we're very busy. This is actually involving Tencent though, our boys at Tencent.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be cool.
The shadow emperors of esports.
And it's gonna be dangerous. So it's gonna be like kind of like I'm not gonna make fun of it, obviously.
No, yeah, definitely not. Yeah.
If I ever say Tencent anything, it's gonna be a positive.
This is
story.
already the best story I've ever heard.
That's why I said it. This is the best story I've ever brought to the table, but it really is crazy. This is actually, as I read it off for you, it's a Tencent partnership with Hainan. It's actually a Chinese province, and it's to apparently make an esports-like city. So it's a partnership between Tencent and the Chinese province, and apparently, so they pretty much have ties to the government over there in Hainan to do this esports city on this somewhat of an island holding 9 million people. And here are the benefits about this. And it's actually insane. If this does come to fruition, which if it's Tencent, it likely will, it's insane to think about the future youth of China. If they don't go to this place to be in future of esports, I would be heavily surprised.
Well, you know what they might do is they might go to the other place in China, Hangzhou. Hainan is also doing the.
You mean Hangzhou?
Hangzhou, yeah, Hangzhou.
However you pronounce it.
How you pronounce it? I'm
it's
sorry.
Another Chinese province.
Yeah, they're the ones making a town. Hainan.
Oh, that we talked about for like LGD and then.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hangzhou is making a town. Hainan is just investing in their scene, in the local scene that's already there.
But they make it sound like they're trying to build pretty much for a city in the future as well.
Yeah, they probably are.
Jeez. Okay, so you Chinese youth have plenty of options. But let me get into this really quick. The Hainan government plans to allocate 1 billion yen or whatever it is, translate to around $150 million. For building an esports ecosystem in the city. So technically esports city is what it looks like it's going to plan to be, including support for developing esports companies and allowances for Hainan located esports tournaments. So they're going to give other organizers allowances of up to 1.5 million to host tournaments in the said city. I'm going to keep going here, Zan.
Yeah,
for esports talent, the Hainan government unveiled its Hainan Esports Thousands Talent Project. For high-performance esports players, the government will provide benefits on purchasing houses, higher educational programs, and more if they go to the city. I'm not done yet. For its tax rate, Hainan would become China's 12th free trade zone. So they'll approve a zero tariff and a low tax rate policy for companies in the esports industry. One more thing as well. That one I think is probably the most important. It's actually a visa-free visit program. So they plan to expand this for all international esports.
Which will be super nice.
So this includes 59 nationalities, including the U.S., the U.K., France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Korea. So pretty much a lot of these places, if you are to travel to this place, they are pretty much making Hainan.
Yeah, it's going to be the spot. It's going to be the
It should be not a visa. It should be visa proactive. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It should be very easy to go to Hainan.
Right, definitely.
Unlike plenty of places, typically China, a lot of regions, U.S., Australia are very hard to travel to. This sounds like the place to freaking be in 10 years. And
I mean, not even 10. Give it like 3.
I'm out of breath with all the benefits they're offering. It's insane that we have made it to a point where this gigantic company goes, I have $150 million. Here's a place in Hainan. Let's smack an esports city and just offer a bunch of benefits for esports people.
See, I don't even know that we're actually at that point yet. I think this is just China being smart and doing it before anybody else wants to.
Yeah, being proactive. Right? Putting money where the future may be.
Way ahead of time. Where it's going to be, like, definitely. I think China's heavily invested in making. I think China in general, as a nation, wants to be the capital of esports.
Yeah, for sure, and they're doing a great job of it. And with that being, with you saying that, can you imagine if any company in the U.S. did something like this? You know how many people would try and flock to that city?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be. I don't think any company in the U.S. could actually announce it because then they'd immediately run into problems. Yeah, because there'd be too many people. Like.
That's so true. I feel like if a U.S. company did it, there'd be either other U.S. companies trying to compete and do the same thing way too fast, and all of a sudden it becomes oversaturated and stupid.
All doing a poor job.
And like you said, problems on problems. Or B, it's a bunch of other companies not doing it, but they see one company doing it, and they just go, that's stupid. Here's the issue. That won't ever work. And just negating the entire thing.
Yeah.
Whereas in China, it seems a bit more proactive, and it's like, wow, this could be amazing, and they're going to take their time. It's Tencent though.
Yeah, it is. So do you doubt it? All thanks to Tencent. And no, I don't, because I think Tencent's been planning this for probably going on like 5 years now.
Yeah.
Because like if you look back at like all the Tencent does a lot of stuff very quietly, right? Especially because a lot of media and news from China doesn't make it outside of China. Not in the same way that like say a Deserto post might make it over to China or whatever, right? But like. Even if you just look back like 2 years ago, right? China made, not only did they make the first esports anime, right? They made it very, very well. They got it on TVs in Japan, which doesn't usually happen for Chinese-made like animation, right? And they've done so many other like really small. They're putting the breadcrumbs down. They're building the ecosystem already. It's already in place in a lot of ways. I don't think anybody else is in a position to like copy them, and even if they wanted to.
It's just like the things they're offering too. The visa thing, it's pretty much a visa-free zone. Practically is what it could be. Right. The player benefits, purchasing houses and so on and so forth. The tax breaks, and they are for the companies who are going to be located there, and they are giving organizers money to run events.
Yeah.
That just like blows my mind that this could be a thing. So I'm super excited to see how it progresses. And with that being said, the other one being the esports town over in Hangzhou. I know how to pronounce Hainan. I can't pronounce Hangzhou, but I mean it's crazy to see.
No, Hanzo. I'm thinking.
I feel like Hangzhou is too simple. It's got to be like.
No, I'm thinking it's probably fairly simple, right?
We can call it for now HZ. We can just say that for now.
Yeah. Let's go with
So
HZ,
the fact that you have Hainan and HZ
uh,
all within one particular region doing this kind of thing, I'm excited to see if other regions pick it up. I don't know if they will, but what they're offering so far sounds just super cool for the future.
I think they will because it seems like this is government backed in a lot of ways. So I think they're just quietly choosing areas that like we can make this work here. Heck, I think if they wanted to, they could probably get away with doing it in Tokyo.
Oh,
realistically speaking.
Yeah, I know nothing about Tokyo, but you just said like Tokyo. I was for sure.
Tokyo's in Japan. I'm stupid. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about Quan Shi Gao show. Yeah, Hong Kong. No, yeah, Hong Kong. Yeah.
Should we move on?
No.
We don't know our Chinese cities.
I've been to Hong Kong. It's Hong Kong.
Is it in China?
Yes, it is in China.
Sure?
Yeah, I've never been to Japan.
Okay.
I've been to China. Can say that. Okay, kind of piggybacking off of my last subject.
Fortnite?
Yeah, in a way. PUBG 2 just got announced.
Wait, I didn't hear this. Okay.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah.
No. Overwatch 2 was last week, the leak, and is that last week? And now we have PUBG 2?
PUBG, they're just like straight up, yeah, we're making PUBG 2. It's not a leak.
Is it just called PUBG 2 or is it PUBG something?
They haven't like said too much about it. This was very much like a game industry press, like, oh hey, just like interview. We're just saying, hey, yeah, we're putting it out. It's happening. It's in development.
That's like, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Have you seen the numbers over the past 6 months?
PUBG has been very quietly building steam.
Whoa, wait, what numbers are you looking at?
Oh no, I'm not talking about like numbers. I'm talking about like, just in terms of what I am saying, like the scene that's already there has been growing stronger.
Really?
Type situation. Yeah. Like the game has just been rolling up new updates. I think I linked this in the chat. They got the new progression system going.
And I guess, but I guess they have a big event coming up, I think, pretty sometime soon as well. But
within the next couple months,
based off Steam numbers I've been seeing over the past year, they've only been going, boop, 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 boop. And then, of course, with Fortnite, they just keep on going, boop, boop, boop.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah,
so for me, PUBG 2 makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think they're at a point where they've got a good base to work off of. And
they still do have a base, I'll give you that, yeah.
They're bringing Glenn Schofield on board.
Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah. He's the former Call of Duty guy.
Yeah,
right?
He was at Sledgehammer. I think he was co-founder of Sledgehammer.
And
he was a game director on Dead Space.
Okay, I might be wrong as well. I think he worked on the Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, he worked on Advanced Warfare. I think it was World War II.
When they first brought in all the movement and stuff. So that's debatable. Whoa, PUBG's going to go...
NW3, I think.
PUBG's going to go slip and slides?
I don't think so. I think the thing that somebody like Glenn Schofield brings to the table is it's not game design elements like that. It's usually the more subtle things. Like I think what Schofield will be able to bring in PUBG is a better UI for sure, because Dead Space's UI that's still talked about as one of the best UIs in game design period, right? He'll probably bring a little bit of that experience. He knows a lot about gun feel, right? And I think that's something that will allow PUBG to get a much wider, let's say more of the gaming enthusiast market, because they're going to be able to make it so that like when you shoot a gun in PUBG, it feels good.
And have they announced possibly like a timeline of this?
Nothing whatsoever.
They've
just said it's in development, it's happening.
Because if it were to come, if it could come before or sometime during 2020, you would think it'd be the prime time to take a stab at Fortnite too.
Yeah, depending on whenever they started development, I think 2020 might be a little early.
That's what I thought too, but you never know.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see it like fall holiday season.
Because I feel like that's probably the fan base you want to take away from in the battle royale scene. It's those two titans. So well, one's a lot bigger titan than the other one, but you know.
Yeah, but considering PUBG is like I'd say in a lot of ways that's what it probably popularized battle royale as a general genre, right?
Yeah, like when Fortnite first came about, it was still PUBG. It was a battle royale.
Yeah.
Fortnite's kind of just taking over everything in gaming. So I can definitely see it taking a stab back.
No, yeah, it's got the potential.
For sure. I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I'm keeping the Fortnite train rolling if you don't mind me.
Let's do it.
It's actually more aimed it's kind of Fortnite, it's kind of Epic Games. It's actually though Epic Games suing the second 14-year-old they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw this one.
Epic was like, people might frown on us doing this, but you know, we're gonna hit it with a repeat.
They literally don't
run
give
it
a
back.
frick. Remember when we did that other 14-year-old? We're gonna do it again. And it's like,
We know y'all frowned on it, but you know,
it's man, it's so debatable because we have other developers who obviously have problems with cheaters that don't go after 14-year-olds. So at some point, I respect it.
Yeah.
Another point, I'm like, what are you doing? But I think I mostly respect it in this case.
Honestly, I think it makes a lot of sense because just by making, they only have to do it a few times before it becomes clear that they're willing to.
Yeah,
right?
and other kids are like, okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah,
doing
that's
this.
all you really need for like, because I feel like when I was 14, right, obviously I was playing games back then.
Yeah.
Tons of people were hacking, right? And people would be like concerned, like, oh, maybe I'll get banned. And
Yeah.
that was like it. That was worst case.
Yeah.
Make a new account, you buy another copy of the
my
game,
God.
whatever, right?
You're so right.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And now you can be taken to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think Epic would actually follow through with a full like, oh, we're gonna take this person, we're gonna throw them in jail, we're gonna sue them for millions, but just going through the process.
Push
I
for
think is
settlement,
enough. Yeah.
scare them, and have them never play the game again.
Right. Yeah.
For a restriction. But with that being said, if you guys do not know, it was this kid actually, I think he replied to our video on it.
Yeah.
His name is CBV. He's been sent the lawsuit. He actually received it in hand. He has been sent a lawsuit from Epic Games for promoting cheats. Using cheats, promoting cheats, two very, very different crimes when it comes to the gaming world. So just so you guys know, when you use cheats, you are not going to go to jail, most likely. I don't know, maybe in China. I don't. They're scary.
Yeah.
It's funny.
If you disobey big Tencent,
it's funny how many people in China cheat, but I think they are pretty strict on.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, he actually replied to the video. I had mixed opinions about this kid because he was actually handed a lawsuit for promoting cheats. He has since posted 2 videos on YouTube acknowledging he is being sued and kind of so forth, actually doing so in 2 separate videos. In both videos, he continues to promote the cheats on the video.
No, he didn't.
And in the description.
That's a lie.
I'm being dead serious.
God.
It's in the video as well. Literally, this kid,
What education system's fault?
How freaking. In the video, I even was like, this kid is either the ballsiest kid you've ever met in your life or the stupidest kid. I'm getting lightheaded just talking about it.
Well, he is 14, so okay.
So I feel like if his parents know and they're letting him post these videos, they're the idiots. But I feel like I get what you say. When I was 14, if I had let's say Activision sued me as a 14-year-old, I might post a video and say, oh, Activision's suing me. Well, but I don't know if I would be stupid enough to then continue to do the thing they are suing me for.
Okay, quick question. I know he's promoting cheats. Is he selling them in a way that he can make any revenue off of it?
I believe, I imagine his referral system. That's why he's promoting them. So I imagine he has to have some incentive to do this. I hope to God he's not doing this for free and then going to be paying out of the pocket for it.
Oh, my guy, if you're doing this for clout, you need a hard stop. Not the way.
And I'm pretty sure in the former case, the 14-year-old, I don't know about jail time, but he was charged. I'm fairly certain in his lawsuit as well. His mother got involved. His mom came home one day to find her 14-year-old possibly going to jail for doing this in Fortnite.
Imagine that conversation.
Yeah, Mom. When you're a teenager and you do something bad. So Mom, Dad, I got to tell you something.
But how would you even explain that? Like, oh, you see, I was selling this thing that allows you to see people through walls. And you're like, what?
Your mom's like, you sound really smart, honey. And then they see the bill from the lawsuit or whatever. I can't. We're in such a weird time compared to when we were kids.
Yeah, definitely.
And these guys are kids.
Things were so much simpler.
Yeah.
The worst that ever happened was somebody was doing some nonsense on MapleStory or whatever.
Or COD, maybe. But we're just in such a weird time right now. So he continues to do that. We're gonna see what happens. I don't see it going well for the kid. I imagine he'll probably settle out of court, have to pay a fine, and maybe never play Fortnite again. I hope he doesn't go to jail. Seems nice enough. Just a weird way to. Where are we in 2019?
So we're checking back in with Metarama.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Part 3?
Part 3.
You better have some juice.
The Redux. I got a couple tidbits, but it was from an interview with one of the people running the event. His name is Seth Shore.
Heck yeah, Seth.
Yeah, he's the Esports Hospitality Concepts co-founder.
Okay.
And this event's being run in tandem between the Esports Hospitality Concepts Group, and the Lollapalooza people.
A lot of long names there with that one.
Right.
Zane.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful. But just for some background on the guy, he was one of the founders of Rogue, or he's initial investor and advisor.
Okay, for Rogue.
Yeah, the Rogue, the esports team, of course. I don't want to just
No,
throw the
yeah,
word
yeah, for
Rogue
sure.
out there. Yeah. He also owns the Downtown Grand, apparently.
Here?
Yeah, here.
So he's okay.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, the Downtown Grand is a casino in Vegas. Pretty new. It's only been around like maybe 5 years. They do a lot of esports focused stuff. But anyway, he did an interview, and there's some. Let me give you some excerpts, right? You got to start off with the first bit.
I can't tell if this is gonna be good or bad.
I gotta get the PR voice going, right? It's all about culture.
Oh no!
Look, it's about the experience. That's how we start.
That's how Seth be talking.
Yeah, that's how Seth be talking.
Hey, you know what? That's probably traditional. That's a traditional way of speaking out.
It's very PR speak. It's very much like.
Yeah.
I can respect it. You do you, but I mean, come on. You can. I feel like with gaming people in particular, we know the game. You can be real to a certain extent.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it for now.
Yeah. All
we'll
right.
see if it gets worse.
He does have some decent insights, right? He says that esports fans are looking for more interactive experiences in their festivals as opposed to more passive engagement that you get like on standard festival.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's fair play. He says seeing Imagine Dragons playing League of Legends is something that we think is very exciting and fun to watch in real life. And I heard that and I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I would ever let's replace Imagine Dragons with somebody.
So that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, right. Because Imagine Dragons was listed very specifically as not performing music.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Wait, so is there a long list of not performing and performing acts?
I think Imagine Dragons is the only act that was specifically listed as non-performing.
Okay, good. Because I'm not trying to see.
Yeah.
I guess
don't
who
know.
else was going for performance?
Lil Yachty. So he'll probably play. And did you see him playing Rainbow Six?
No, I did not.
It was bad.
Oh my
it was
God.
We
need to find out a list of who actually is performing. I mean by doing their talent.
I don't know if they're gonna tell people straight up.
So if the guest, what?
Yeah, right.
Is Ninja gonna perform, or is he gonna sing, or is he gonna floss? We don't really know.
Gonna, he's gonna do a reading of his new book.
What was it? Get Good?
Yeah, I think it was something like that, right?
Which we're not trying to offend Ninja. Jeez, oh God, we want clarification on who's dancing, who's singing, and who's actually playing.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see Ninja play Fortnite live. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
To an extent. I can also watch that on Twitch.
See, yeah, that's where I kind of feel land on the situation, right? Or let's replace Imagine Dragons with somebody I care about, right? Let's say Travis Scott shows up, right?
Yeah.
And Travis Scott is just on stage, I don't know, playing Fortnite or whatever. I could not care less.
Yeah.
I love Travis Scott. I've gone to a couple different concerts.
Yeah.
I've spent tons of money on Travis merch. Would not care.
Yeah.
If he was playing Fortnite on stage somewhere.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. So who knows? For those people interested in that, cool. I'm sure there's tons of
small niche of people who want to pay the money to see it.
Maybe the niche isn't as small as we might think it is.
We get there and it's just
Imagine
Imagine Dragon fans yo, I want to see Imagine Dragons play League.
Whoa. Imagine Dragons about to get what's the league term? We're gonna have to get a Pinta.
Yo, but they're about to go into Diamond. Holy frick! Yeah, I don't see it, but maybe it's a possibility.
Maybe Imagine Dragons is actually good at the game.
Maybe.
If to be fair,
maybe not.
That's another thing, right? If they were just like, hey, Imagine Dragons is secretly a challenger level team, let's see them play. I'd actually be interested in it.
Yeah, but only if they're playing an actual person I know, not if they're playing random.
Yeah. I'd probably want them playing against a team or something.
That would be cool.
Right?
Now that would be sick for about a match or two.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, see that's the thing. When Lupe Fiasco, right? He came
great by the way.
Yeah,
show does go on. Continue. Sorry.
Lupe Fiasco played Street Fighter against I think it was Daigo. And that was hype.
Did he do well?
He's actually good at the game.
Let's go, Lupe.
Because Lupe plays fighting games. He won a match.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah. See, that's hype. That's
Why are we not doing Metarama? Why are we not on the board? I know we are, but we should have put it together.
I mean, we're talking. We're in talks, right?
Yeah.
We're in talks with Metarama. Our team lead has a meeting with them tomorrow, so we'll see
Pass?
We'll see where that goes.
Put us on stage. God, I get so nervous. I need a beer or 3.
I'm sure they provide one, right?
What else did Seth have to say about the
Yeah,
event?
there's also potentially going to be gambling there.
Oh,
He says he's interested in. He says he wants it to be there.
Runs a casino.
They're in talks with the gaming and control board from Nevada, which means if they're already talking to the board, they're serious about it happening.
Wait, as in traditional Las Vegas casino gambling, or gambling on the people who are competing? Because that would be sick.
He didn't say what form it would take.
How is that going to be allowed?
Oh, I mean, obviously, that's why they're talking to the board for Nevada, right? They've got to get everything signed off on.
Yeah.
So
if that happens, that could be really cool.
It would probably just be like a 21 plus type situation,
yeah.
right? But he did say that it would be a nice to have, not a must have feature of Metarama.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And he says,
sorry,
dying. It's important to me that esports is part of the conversation, as the United States has now embraced esports betting, or not esports, sports betting on a national scale. And he said that.
Is Seth trying to make a push here?
And he said that, and I was like, that made me more sketched out than anything else.
Is he trying to use this music festival for a what?
Yeah, right. He's trying to. You're gonna get a little plug, like, oh, hey, the Downtown Grand has some nice esports betting venue type situation.
Yo, is this a music festival, a gaming festival, or a gambling festival?
Or maybe an extended promotion.
Yeah,
it's just a big ad, right?
On, dude.
Yeah, I don't know about that statement though. So far as sports betting being accepted in the States, right? Because I used to work with the another department of our overall company that focuses on gambling stuff, right? And I was looking into promoting some of our gambling stuff on social media, and it is still borderline taboo to say anything about gambling, online, period, and in the United States. Like half the places I looked were like, oh, if we make a Facebook account, probably gonna get shut down. If we make a Twitter account, we're gonna have to be super careful. We might be okay. If we make a YouTube account, it's probably gonna get shut down on the low. They're not gonna tell us. It's gonna be very quiet. So very much not accepted yet, but. Maybe esports will help make it more acceptable.
Maybe Metarama will bring esports betting to the front light, to the limelight, to the lights.
Yeah.
To the lights.
I mean, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Snoop, right?
Yeah,
Snoop.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll see how it goes down. Yeah. We'll keep you guys posted. Every week we have Metarama updates until it happens.
I would like to see Snoop bring back the Gangsta Gaming League.
Oh, oh my gosh! You still remember that?
Yeah, of course I do.
I don't even want to get started on that. Let's move on to our next. You guys can look up Gangsta Gaming League for yourselves and find out.
It's a treat.
Okay, this is my last one for the day,
All
and it's oh boy. You ever watch things like what do you do when you cringe? How do you describe a cringe to somebody?
I describe it as my soul dying 1,000 tiny deaths.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like you feel it for me, it's kind of like I'm just tensed and kind of on the inside of me, I'm kind of just like this,
Right, yeah.
And that's how I felt watching a diss track this past week, and that was actually
Which one?
Surprisingly, it was probably the only one the only one that dropped this past week, at least in terms of popular ones out there.
I can think of another. I linked the other one in the chat.
Wait, oh, true, no. There was an LEC diss track, which I thought was great.
It was actually pretty decent.
Thank you. I was going to tell you about this. I was going to mention this because we have a group chat back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the High Sky diss track.
Yeah,
you knew that.
I figured, yeah.
But LEC for League of Legends, they also dropped one, and they've gotten better. They've gotten way better.
You know what? I think they took the smart route, which I've been calling for this for years, right? They just said, they realized none of our people can rap, right? They just aren't good at that.
One of them can. Flowers can.
I don't know about that.
The North American guy can.
None of them are amazing rappers. Let's say that, right?
Okay, but no diss trackers.
They're all present.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
So instead, they went for a lower BPM. They went for more classic song that gives you a lot more leeway.
And show a lot more cut scenes where you're not actually showing the person having to do the rap
definitely, because none of them, they're all bad at that.
Okay, but we would be equally bad. Let's make sure to
I'm
clarify
not saying,
but that's why we're not making diss tracks.
Yeah, right.
But let's bounce to High Sky. That was bad. I don't even know. I want to give. like he did clarify this is not meant to be taken seriously. You know, it's kind of lighthearted. And then he went on to mention like some serious stuff. He talks about the underage drinking, even though Tfue underage drank before he got to the house.
Yeah.
He talks about him treating his partner Cloaksy like he's invisible. The thing he also dropped in there was that he was like, "Oh, saw your girlfriend Corinna at Logan Paul's house," and I was like, "Whoa, dude!"
Yeah.
Like you can't say it's a joke and then mention those kind of things.
Yeah, right. That's just like saying like that's like anything that follows the word "but."
Yeah.
Immediately, like
it's like
who cares? Like, right? You can't just say, I mean, well, it's all in good fun, but
I'm gonna say things about your girlfriend and you're drinking, but then also on top of that, he didn't write the lyrics himself.
Oh, of course not, right?
Like the entire video maybe showed him for I swear to God, the longest clip they showed of him.
Did you like the brief feature of Jake Paul?
Logan, you get him all. You always get him freaking mixed up.
I'm cool with that. I don't care about these.
No, you need to.
No.
This dude thinks. What's Logan Paul's ex? What's her name? Chloe Bennett.
Chloe Bennett, yeah.
I was talking about Chloe Bennett. He goes, "Oh, I can't believe Jake dated her." I was like, Logan. Besides the point, though, Logan's in the video for a half a second.
If you asked me which one was in the Suicide Forest, I would not be able to tell you.
That's okay. And again,
it would be a 50-50 guess.
Maybe I should be sad that I do know, so I understand that.
Yeah.
But even I get your point, though. This kid, you need to learn what a feature is, okay?
Oh,
Logan didn't say a word.
Oh no,
he's not a feature.
I think he was doing the ad libs in the background.
Oh.
I think he was doing the yeah.
No way.
I think so.
Then I take back what I said. That's a feature.
Yeah.
But the longest clip they showed of Logan, half second. The longest clip they showed of High Sky, literally half a second.
He's probably in there for like at least 30 seconds out of a 3-minute video. Right?
This is a great time to do it. I'm just saying it. I just don't see how people thought it was good, but it's great because there's no way a 21-year-old can respond.
Right.
Like, there's just no way Tfue...
Oh, no. He could definitely respond. He's just like,
no!
Bro, you're 14. Go away.
He would get flamed beyond belief. First of all, there's no way he gives a frick. Like,
no, definitely not, right?
So that's great. Good for him. Second, I feel like he'd get torched if he actually tried to respond.
Which is why it would have to be, like, such a joke, dismissive response. Such you're 14, my guy. We aren't even in the same... Yeah. You're not even in my weight.
Show his numbers, show his height. I don't know what else you make fun of a 12-year-old for.
No.
Show his Twitch ban.
Yeah. Right.
Gosh. Yeah.
His response should just be him looking at stuff and laughing.
Yeah.
Like that.
For 30
nothing
seconds,
else. Yeah.
That actually would be kind of fun.
Yeah, right.
Yo, Tfue respond.
Just like so removed. Like I'm above this, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like so much. Like that'd be funny.
But I think in this case, the best response is no response.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it really felt like really not smart from High Sky because he's very much breaking a lot of rules in several places, right?
But he's getting away with it, Zan.
He's getting away with it, which is why he should shut up and be quiet. All right? You're skating by. Don't poke the bear more.
Yeah, but they keep on poking because that's what power lets you do, man. Lets you poke. And that's why people like you and me, I don't poke. I stay in my lane. I'm a softie. Gosh, our diss track's coming soon.
Yeah. My last story will be super brief because we kind of touched on it earlier.
All right.
I was also going to talk about China in esports.
Oh, yeah. Bring them back.
Let's see. What haven't we covered yet? Liquid signed a deal with Chinese streaming company Huya.
Oh yeah. What is that all detailed too? Because it was a weird detail. Right?
I don't know. I feel like they don't want to talk about it too much because maybe they don't have all the details.
What's today? Yet. Sorry guys.
Yeah, today 26th.
is the 26th. Yeah. I think they'll have announcements maybe the 27th because if you looked at their Twitter, it's all red background and stuff. Yeah. So that might be it.
Maybe.
Because China red. I don't know. Either way, it's definitely a weird one. It could be out by the time we release this, but as of right now, it's recording. It's not out yet. Super weird.
Yeah, it's like such a random, like out of nowhere. First of all, never heard of Huya. Really reminds me of the Ouya, which failed like hard.
Yeah,
right?
and it's not like the ones we've heard of Caffeine and D Live, and obviously Twitch.
Right.
It's like, give me that cash. Just grab it, all the cash possible.
You know what? Maybe it'll work, right? Because maybe it'll have like some really nice features.
Nope.
Like for example,
give me a break, Sing.
Like Japan's.
You think it's gonna work?
Maybe.
Tell me now.
Maybe. I think it could work in a really weird way, and hear me out, right? So Japan has
one person arguing for Liquid right now.
Japan has this thing called Nico Nico Duga, right? It's its own.
You just say that. Nico Nico Duga, right? Like you guys know that. No, I don't know what a freaking Nico Nico Duga is.
Yeah, Nico Nico's dope. It's it's kind of like YouTube, right? But it's pretty much exclusively Japanese because everything is in Japanese, right?
Good explanation.
Right. But Nico Nico is its own really unique thing because the way Japanese people interact and consume media or videos in particular is different, right? Where it's all, you see all the chats on screen with Nico Nico most of the time. If at least last time I was on there, which admittedly it's been a couple years because I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah,
so
it's fine. I don't blame you for not going on Nico Nico. Don't worry about it.
Can't get that much out of it. But that Nico Nico does really well. Nico Nico has stars just the same way YouTube has stars, right? So I could see something like Huya being something because it's a Chinese company. China, the government will have more control over it, so they'll feel more comfortable with it on a general level, right? Where by doing this, they could get more support from the Chinese government, and they could become much bigger in China as a country, even if they're not, expanding as much outside of China.
As an organization?
Yeah, I'm saying like the Liquid could gain a lot of popularity in China because of that.
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
No, yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Where, maybe it doesn't take off in the rest of the world the same way, but I feel like even if you just get more China, then that's fine. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think we'll wait and see if it's an exclusive deal. If it's exclusively, like if you can't go on an English platform, I feel like it might hurt them. But
yeah, I think it would work out well if they did it like as opposed to using their YouTube channel as much. They bring on another production team and make exclusive content. For
I don't see it, Zane. I don't like this idea.
Nico, all I'm saying is Nico
all
is
I'm
fire.
Is Nico Nico.
Look at NND is making moves.
Okay, so we'll hopefully have updates next week on it. And I'm still a heavy doubter, but hey. If it works out, you called it first. We'll come back to this podcast and we'll clip it.
Yeah, right,
and we'll say Nico Nico Caillou.
Okay, last bit of thing I'll talk about is Tencent just formed the Tencent Esports Tech Union, right? And guess who's on board?
Tencent.
Tencent's won. Give up, everybody. The members of the Tencent Tech Union is Tencent, of course, right?
No.
I
What?
know, right? Yeah. Huge surprise
Rigged.
pick, right?
In the first pick of the Tencent Union draft. Tencent.
A shocking pick from Tencent of Tencent. We expected Tencent.
High potential. We'll see who they take in the second round. Who is?
They got Razer on board.
Okay.
They got Intel on board. They got Nvidia on board. They got Qualcomm on board.
And if you're one of those companies, are you going to say no?
No, why would you?
No, we don't
right?
want to be a part of your.
Yeah.
Tencent's like. Sorry. What is it?
Tencent's like, you like video games, right? You like making money too? You wanna?
And by that time, they're already signing the piece of paper.
Yeah, right.
Whatever you have, Tencent.
Tencent doesn't even need to say anything. They show up. They call a meeting of all the tech
They
companies.
literally.
They just walk up. They hand everybody a piece of paper. Nothing is written on it. There's just a line for the signature, right?
That literally could be it.
The whole meeting is just everybody comes in. They sign. They leave.
Thank you. Yeah. Legit, that could be a Tencent meeting.
Yeah. But they haven't said what the union specifically is going to be doing broadly. They've said generally speaking, right? Members of it are going to be doing things to build more infrastructure for esports in their respective countries and stuff, right?
Yeah.
For example, one of the Chinese companies that's on board, China Union, is talking about how they're going to improve 5G internet connections to
improve on 5G. Jesus Christ.
To make What I found funny is that they specifically said they were going to improve the experience of playing Tencent games, right?
Interesting.
They didn't say anything else about other games. They're just they didn't say games in general. They weren't like we're gonna.
We brought you all to improve our own games.
Yeah, right.
Everyone else can frick off.
They're not even being coy. They're just being
this is for us. Let's be honest. It's gonna work.
Yeah, right.
I'm excited for that though. That's actually whenever you say Tencent, I get excited for what they're doing.
No, because Tencent's doing cool stuff.
Dude, Tencent, reach out to we promote hard Tencent. We
bow. Low-key.
Legit, I would bow to the South every morning.
Tencent is single-handedly reconvincing me I should learn Chinese as opposed to Korean.
Oh my gosh.
Because I've been going back and forth because I've been debating whether I want to learn Japanese, Korean, or Chinese.
Same.
I
Or all three?
consume more Korean media content. I read more Korean stuff.
I love Korean barbecue.
Right? Yeah. KBBQ is pretty fire.
Love reading that menu.
Yeah, right. Japan is like second on the list. I don't consume much media out of China, so I've never like really been like, obviously it's going to become like a global language in the same way English is eventually, right? But yeah, I don't know, because of Tencent, might just have to bite the bullet and
Tencent
do
persuading
it.
millions.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'm excited for that. Let's keep everyone posted on what that union could suppose
definitely.
in the future.
Once we got more details, we'll let everybody know.
And with that being said, do we have a Randy watch?
We do have a Randy watch.
Let's go, dude. I want to start this new thing where we go. But oh wait, that's a this one. Wait.
Yeah, Randy watch.
Randy
there we
watch,
go.
Dude, let's all spaz.
All right.
Oh frick.
For this Randy watch, I'm gonna have you watch a clip first.
Dude, I broke it.
Is it just stuck doing that now?
Oh
Now we gotta put up like an epilepsy warning.
My concerns reached a new level over the weekend as my wife and I played through that new free DLC that's supposed to bridge Borderlands 2 and 3. It started when I ran into Claptrap with his new voice. That's fine, I understand that guy no longer works at the company. Where it got shady is that the mission you do for Claptrap, called Claptocurrency, centers around him trying to accrue a ton of cryptocurrency in an illegal way and ultimately stabbing people in the back. Once this goes terribly wrong, Claptrap ends the mission by saying something along the lines of, "Oh, my plan to get this money failed. Now I have to go back to my former employer on my knees and beg for my job back."
no.
It seemed like more than a coincidence. I don't know the extent of the issues between Randy Pitchford Gearbox and former employee Dave Eddings, so I won't take sides. However, I do think it's a little shitty to make a mission that appears to be a very pointed message. Am I crazy?
Wait. So that's a quest, obviously.
Yeah. So I just showed Jake a clip from the Giant Bomb podcast where they were talking about this in the past couple days, right? Basically, for those who are, not up to date on Randy history, Randy lore, as they call it, right?
Randy is the man. Sometimes.
Just on occasion, I suppose. He has to do something right every now and again, right?
Yeah.
Like by law of averages. So he lately got into some beef with the former voice actor for Claptrap, David Eddings.
Okay.
Where, David Eddings wasn't brought back on to be Claptrap again in Borderlands 3. People were asking him about it. He said, I would have been willing to do it, but, I would have. I think he said he wanted Randy to apologize because Randy allegedly assaulted him in a hotel.
Whoa! You didn't mention any of this to me. Freaking God dang it, Randy. Randy's not the man. By the way, that was sarcasm earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
So a former voice actor for the former Borderlands,
yeah,
who actually accused Randy of assaulting him, was not invited back for the next Borderlands to voice it over.
He either was or he wasn't, but either way, he didn't want to be because he said what would have needed to happen was he wanted to get his residuals because he didn't get paid for any of his work as Claptrap in the previous games because he was already an employee of Gearbox.
Oh, okay.
So he did it like more of a just like, oh, I'm here, I'll do it.
Okay.
And so he wanted his residuals, which he didn't get any of, and he wanted Randy to apologize. And obviously Randy wasn't down. And in the clip that I just showed, Borderlands 2 just got some new free DLC that's supposed to link Borderlands 2 and 3. In the DLC, this voice actor's character, now voiced by a new person, they have a quest featuring the character specifically where they go on and they do a bunch of shady stuff. They steal from people, they backstab their friends and everything, right? And it all blows up in their face. And then he makes a statement about having to crawl back on his hands and knees to his former employer and ask for their old job back, which very much seems like
the Eddings case.
Yeah, it seems like it's such a specific quest that like it just seems like passive aggressive.
That has been added to connect the former and the...
And it's free.
Oh my God, Randy.
Right? Like it's such like...
So the belief is that Randy had a say in this creation of the quest?
He runs the company. He's the Borderlands.
Oh my, how petty.
Yeah, right? But like, in a lot of other games, maybe you think, oh no, that can't be it. But here, I don't see how it could not be.
We never doubt anything with Randy.
Right.
And it almost makes it just so much more eerie, the fact that the same guy the quest might be about supposedly was assaulted by Randy.
No, yeah.
It just makes it that much more
that whole
like...
assault situation was so weird, too. Because it was all over, like, dude got some, like, information about somebody trying to make moves within the company or something, right?
Yeah.
And he just told Randy the information on a general level, just, like, say, like, hey, you're the... you're running the company.
Dude, your phone really did?
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry.
Almost all the podcast. Come on, man.
I turned off Do Not Disturb to show you that video. Figured maybe. Anyway.
Freaking intern. Don't even know your name. Could use another one of these. If you're
Yeah, right.
Just get up. Go give me another one.
Oh, it's time. But anyway, like, and then Randy, like, David Eddings just didn't want to tell Randy who told him the information because it received it in confidence. Mm-hmm. And Randy, like, shoves him, like, really hard and gets, like, super mad at him and sends him a bunch of, like, super aggressive text messages.
Yeah.
And this is something that, like, out of all of the things that Randy has allegedly done, this is probably the most verifiable because there are other people who are also respected members of the gaming industry who have said, yeah, I saw that happen.
Oh.
So.
You mean the assault? The assault.
Yeah,
okay.
The assault, yeah.
So, I don't want to go more into it.
Yeah.
Just typical Randy being Randy. Come back for your weekly Randy updates, though. God, oh, man. It's kind of crazy you can have one guy out there with news every week about him.
Yeah, right.
Like, legit, every week there's something.
Yeah, it's almost impossible, like, to run into, like, I could come up with Randy news for probably every week of last year too.
Yeah.
If I tried, like, it's insane.
And he's what like the defining factor of how well rounded our podcast is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope there are a few people still listening that come back just for Randy Watch. I really do.
Yeah.
And then we can eventually have other segments they come back for, but Randy's always going to be the first.
For those of you looking for the Randy Pitchford,
we
tapestry.
We are that niche, dude. We are that niche.
Yeah, we're one of these days we'll make a long 40-minute, hour-long deep dive into Randy Pitchford.
Randy, that's it.
You know, I'm thinking day Borderlands 3 comes out.
Oh my
gosh, we just
dude.
put out a video called Randy.
Oh my gosh, dude. Or like accusations of Randy or the book of Randy. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be so dope. But
I'm about it.
A lot of fact checking, but I think you would definitely be down to do it.
I would do it in my free time.
We
like,
could
not
legit
even
just
like,
recap all the stories we've covered, and that's already
easily. We could easily just talk for like an
Wait
hour
for
about
it, Randy. We're going to expose
just know.
expose the real man you are. All right, episode 8 is now concluded.
Yeah, wrapped it up.
Been a busy week. I think it's been like 6 weeks straight of busyness, and I don't mind it, but it's
wild. We're probably going to break 50 articles in a week on the website.
And we're still pushing 4 videos a day. So it's just, I guess, quick updates from me.
For sure.
Is going to be, I have jury duty next week. So it could be hectic.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
If I get called in and actually have to go to jury, guys, it's going to be a very, very busy time for me. Mm-hmm. So please stay with the channel. I beg you. I'll be back sometime soon. If it does work out, I should be back. Only missing a couple of days.
No worries. If you're gone for 2 weeks, I'll just...
Zan about to hop in.
Yeah, I'll just take a picture of you. I'll tape that picture to my face.
And you'll
See, I already got your intro down. You know?
What's up, guys? How's it going? What's going on?
What's up, guys?
See? We're already ready to be filled in. So that's the only thing for me really in the future. Hopefully not going to be too busy, though.
Yeah, fingers crossed, right? New feature to the site. We have power rankings now for the LEC and the LCS. Thanks to our new in-house writer, Isaac. Dude's been really helping us flesh out a lot of our content now. Mm-hmm. So now for all of Jake's videos, if you get tired of listening to his voice, there is an accompanying article on the site. Give you a little bit of a break.
Or just to watch the videos. It's fine, either one really. There should be a matching article to each and every video that I put out there now. So, great progress as per usual. Thank you for being here, Zan. Another podcast down. Number 8. We're 2 away from a special episode.
What are
which
we doing for the special?
We still have no idea what we're
you know
doing.
what? Maybe we should do
We'll tell them.
Okay,
Yeah, we should leave it hanging on that one.
the suspense.
Yeah.
Is
Thank you guys for watching. As always, we'll see you guys back here next week. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out. See ya.